All right, welcome. MCLA Conference Championship 2018. I'm Brian Whips. I'm joined by colleague Jesse Wallach.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, if you're a lacrosse fan, you're excited for this game. Number 1 versus number 2 in the nation by the coaches poll. We're going to do the national anthem right now, so we're going to actually shut down the audio for a second. All right, that was the national anthem. We, of course, apparently can't stream on YouTube for some reason.
What's that?
You can't stream the national anthem on YouTube for some reason.
Oh, is
It'll
that right?
get flagged.
Oh.
So we avoided that legal issue.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble.
No. All right, like I was saying, if you're a lacrosse fan, Jesse, you are excited about this game. This is number 1 versus number 2 in the Under Armour MCLA D2 coaches poll. St. Thomas, of course, number 1 and 10-1. NDSU at 7-1. Number 2.
Yeah, these two teams met a couple of weeks back over in Concordia College, and St. Thomas was the victor in that game. They kind of took it to NDSU a little bit. We'll see what they have coming back. NDSU.
I think both you and I were at that game.
Yeah.
St. Thomas beat NDSU 12 to 8.
12 to 8. That's correct. Yep. And the game kind of, NDSU opened up that game 2-0, and St. Thomas came back and scored, I believe it was 9 or 10 unanswered goals. They kind of pulled away with that game late in the second quarter, and it continued into the third. NDSU made a little bit of a run late in the game, but it wasn't enough. So this is the rematch, and I think this is kind of the way it was set up to be when this tournament started.
We talk about an all-star day today. Looks like about 65 degrees, beautiful sunlight, a light breeze. The Bison are in the green and yellow, of course. St. Thomas is in the home whites and purple.
We'll play stop time 15-minute quarters here.
Looks like each team gets 3 timeouts also per half.
Yeah, Brian, it's as nice out here as you could get today. This is perfect.
Which is very strange considering what we had on the ground just a week ago.
Amazing. It's amazing. I know I was talking to some folks up in North Dakota, and they said, yeah, when we were getting hit down here, they had 40 degrees and sunny weather. So quite the difference of weather for us.
Well, both of these teams have already punched their ticket to the tournament.
Yeah, that's a couple weeks out in Utah, I believe, right, Brian?
Yep, that's right. I was out in Utah on those fields this past summer, and that's a beautiful place to play. It's an easy flight from Minnesota if you're considering it. Delta has a nice times. It's a pretty easy flight, and you do a nice job. So go support your team.
Boys are taking the field here. Goalies are in their nets. Face-off men are at the dot.
So we're going to try to do a good job at, we didn't get lineups here, but we're going to try to figure out, looks like Anthony Bannock on the wing. I didn't see who's doing the face-off here.
NDSU
Sam Bong.
Sam Long with the face-off.
Yep, Sam Bong.
Sets up North Dakota State in the offensive zone here.
Anthony Bannock over there. It's 33. 33. Sorry, give us a little. Brandon Wirtz, 33. Egan product. Number 4 is Preston Olson.
Number 16.
Ryan Stover.
Thank you.
NDSU moving the ball around.
Good number 17 down low takes a shot on goal.
Justin Linderholm.
And number 4 will take the ball from the back of the net here.
NDSU with the backup. Oh, they're taking care of the ball. Oh, missed opportunity there. And that's a turnover. Over and back.
Over and back. The ball, St. Thomas.
And ref stop play for a second. All right, St. Thomas is up and running. Getting their offense on the field. 21, Sam Turner's in.
Over to number 26.
Eric Tice. Dietz. Sorry about the pronunciations here for if we screw this up.
Back to 22. Goalie's right. Behind the net, number 4, St. Thomas.
Nicholas Bundy.
Defended by number 50 of NDSU.
Matt Lutkin.
22 with
There's
a
a
nice
shot in the
feed
goal.
down
Number
low.
4.
St. Thomas.
Made it look
Pretty
easy.
Play. Yeah, pretty play. 22 seen him on the goal
Nicholas
crease.
Bundy. That would be Sam Turner to Nicholas Bundy.
Really well. Really nice play there.
Yeah, maybe a little ball watching by NDSU, but good ball movement by St. Thomas. It's 1-0. Tommies.
And over and back cost him on that. Cost NDSU position.
That's right.
There.
So Sam Fuller for St. Thomas is the long stick wing guy. He's up
Number
against
14, I think.
Darby Sorensen, Egan product. I don't see the other numbers yet. A long stick.
Long stick taking the face off for NDSU.
Yep.
Number 43, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Really trying to muck it up. St. Thomas comes away with it regardless. Now the clear comes. NDSU's riding, setting up their ride.
31 for St. Thomas takes it across midfield. Stick down is a good whip check by NDSU, number 4.
Jack Staunchfield is 31. Looks like, yep. NDSU brings it back. Gets it in the box. 13, Alec Larson coming in.
And 22 as well.
Dylan Valentini, Lakeville North freshman. And Darby Sorensen, number 14. So a couple freshmen out there on the midfield.
NDSU working the ball top, left to right. Sets
Oh,
up the middle.
what a
Number 2
shot.
has
Nice
great
shot.
shots. NDSU keeps possession, it looks like.
Preston Olson in the right in the crease with a nice shot. Got to bury those though, for sure. That close.
Yeah, I don't think he was more than 5 yards away from the net there. That was
Yeah.
that was a good opportunity.
All right, NDSU bringing it back around. Another unforced error. Yeah.
Oh, happened there. All
So-
right, St. Thomas retains possession.
So that was-
possession, rather.
Noah Simpson that threw that one away. Another yard sale.
Yeah, playing without the stick. That's a turnover there.
NDSU brings it back across the midfield.
Number 22
Gets a
carries
touch,
it up.
pushing it, giving it a push. Throws a an errant shot. Preston Olson, NDSU bringing it back out. 47 is Spencer Marsh.
11:40 remaining in the first period here. St. Thomas up 1-0 over.
Zachary Wigman, Avery Normandin are in for the midfield. Looks like the third midfield coming in, I'm assuming. It's Noah Simpson that's just got the ball taken away.
Good defense by St. Thomas.
Yep. What number was that?
21.
10 and 10.
10, number 10, yep.
Sam Hoover. NDSU putting up a pretty strong ride.
They are trying to get it
Another
across.
ball down.
Yeah. St. Thomas has had a few balls hit the ground and cost them a turnover here and there. We'll see what they do on this possession.
St. Thomas brings it in, and now they're still going to the right to the net.
Number 6 is really being hassled by 43 of NDSU.
Another missed.
They considered that a shot, so St. Thomas will keep possession.
So number 26 for St. Thomas, Eric Thies again.
22 checks back into the game.
It's like their first midfield again. Mark Dowdle.
St. Thomas working the ball low to high.
Sam Turner out there still.
This is where they got their first goal to the goalie's left in the crease here.
Alec Vijums, I think is how you say his name, is out in also in the junior attackman. Leading scorer, point getter for St. Thomas. So number 6 is probably the most lethal, appears to be one of the more lethal scorers. St. Thomas moving the ball around, doing a nice job.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to
shot
run
on goal
through number 22.
St. Thomas with the backup. It's a good crowd out here today. St. Thomas moving it around. Oh, off the top. That's going to be a turnover.
Yeah. It's a couple possessions now for St. Thomas where that ball has kind of skipped over the player's head of the intended pass.
Yeah. Could be just, nerves. Another one. Another off the top of the, it's both teams maybe have a little, need to settle down here a little bit. This is uncharacteristic for both teams.
St. Thomas checking in number 26.
Still, I think that's still the first midfield, maybe.
Eric Tice, and number 4 returned back into the game. Nicholas Bundle.
But number 6 is Vijums, right?
Yes.
That's right. Yep. St. Thomas moving it around. And
nice
another takeaway.
By, North Dakota State.
Yep, another takeaway by number
60.
50.
Sorry.
Matt Lutgen. Shot. NDSU with the backup.
Well, that ball went a long way behind the net, Brian. I don't think they'll be finding that one anytime soon.
I think you're right, Jesse. At number 9, Simon Hatlin in. 16, Darby Sorensen. No, sorry, Ryan Stover. Number 10 with the dodge, Anthony Bannock.
Oh, nice save by that goalie.
Yep.
St. Thomas goalie. Sorry, Brian, I can't see his number. Oh, and another unforced error by St. Thomas. They just threw the ball away after
29, it looks like, the goalie.
Number 29, Patrick Jackson, sophomore out of Edina High School.
So North Dakota State slows it down. Boy, there's some kind of craziness going on with these not getting the ball in the stick.
It's tough to win a game when you don't have possession of the ball. There's been a lot of ground balls right now.
As we know, this is simply a game of possession and math. It's really all it is. How offensively efficient can you be, and how many faceoffs do you win? Those two stats, that's going to call it. NDSU with a nice ride. Another one. So again, we're saying has to be nerves. This is not the normal for either of these teams.
Tough ride by number 10.
Yeah.
The
defense is, yep.
Sam Hoover.
Yep, just harassment. Skip pass over to Darby Sorensen. Slowing it down.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Brian. I think they're trying to slow this game down a little bit, get a good feel going back here.
Yep, Dylan Valentini comes back in. 2 freshmen. 13, Brandon Wirtz. No, Alec Larson, sorry. Alec Larson.
It's a good switch.
Coming back to the top. Starts the dial. Nope. He's going to throw it. NDSU swinging the ball around. Dodging on the right side. That was a shot on goal. It was a good stop by the goalie.
Patrick Jackson, the goaltender for St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
Nice feed by number 22 to
Vijums.
to number 4, Nicholas Bundle.
And NDSU with the backup.
Yeah.
It was a close play. So a little fast and furious action. Fairly sloppy. Probably uncharacteristic, as we said, for both teams.
Not a lot of hitting going on right now. The physical play's sort of been taken out of the game because of so many ground balls.
Yeah. Number 11 is Tanner Strauss. The goalie is 27. Noah Orham. NDSU needs to get it over.
Need to get it over.
Now they've got 10 seconds to get it in the box.
Ooh,
and they're not going to do it.
They call a timeout. Failure to advance was the call. Yeah, it's a good call, Brian.
Yeah.
They were struggled the entire time they had possession of that.
You can kind of see that coming. I mean, you want to be patient. You don't need to rush it, but you got
to play with some sense of urgency.
Yeah, you got to have an outlet. We didn't see one. So St. Thomas bringing in their offensive package, 38 for St. Thomas.
Carter Lindsay.
Number 12.
We have Brendan Satterlund.
I think he's an Egan product also.
Satterlund is an Egan product. He's a junior out of Egan, Minnesota.
Yep. And the only reason we're mentioning that is because both Jesse and I are obviously from Egan, but we are cheering for both teams here. Number 6 has the ball. Alex
Vijums.
Oh, I can remember that. A little wind here, the press box. St. Thomas moving the ball around nicely. Back up top. Getting ready for a dodge. Oh, it was a good face dodge, but good defense on the face dodge.
Yeah. Brendan Satterlund again. Yeah. NDSU with possession, long stick. Offsides?
Offsides, NDSU.
Yep, that was the right call. There's a lot of green on one side of the field.
Yeah. Chad Hayda came in. So St. Thomas is running their yellow package right now, whatever that is. We heard him yell yellow.
Last 2 possessions for St. Thomas, they've seemed to slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah, well, and traditionally yellow means in lacrosse slow it down, but it could mean other things also.
The decoy, huh, Brian?
Well, maybe.
Yep.
St. Thomas probing the defense. Brings it back.
North Dakota's playing well on defense
here.
They
that one flew that one.
A high pass by St. Thomas.
Yeah,
back to North Dakota.
You do that when you're getting kind of jacked up. You see it also in football when when you're kind of jacked up, you start overthrowing things, and that could be what's happening here. Both teams want to win. NDSU slowly bringing their package in.
3:30 left in the first quarter here. St. Thomas up 1-0 over North Dakota State.
I don't know, are they in the box yet? They must be. So NDSU kind of going with an open set here.
Number 9 checks in for NDSU.
Simon Hatlin. 47, Spencer Marsh. Dodge, shot. Off target.
Couldn't tell if that was on target or...
I don't think it was.
A little wide, huh?
A little wide. NDSU with the backup. Setting up their offense. Dodge from the right side. Spins it back. And that's errant pass.
Boy, we've seen
another over and back. Another turnover.
That's 2 or 3 times in this period already. You don't see that very often. Not this many times in an early game like this.
It seems like both teams are kind of feeling each other out, and this is a heavyweight matchup. Like we said before, if you love lacrosse, this is the game that you want to watch right now.
These are good teams.
This is the highest level MCLA D2 game that you're going to see. Number 1 versus number 2. St. Thomas moving the ball around up top, on the left side, behind the net. reversing. Brings it back on the wing.
It appears that North Dakota State is playing man-to-man.
Yep. Yeah, they are. Oh, that's going to be a push
There
with possession, probably.
Yeah, flag gets down there.
Just got a little bit too much in the back. Number 4 is for St. Thomas.
Nicholas Bundle.
Bundle.
Or Bundy, I'm sorry.
Bundy,
Nicholas
sorry.
Bundy.
Again, we apologize if we butcher any of these names. We did not get a lineup or necessarily even a roster. We're going off something we just printed off. So the man-down package for NDSU is on the field. Man-up package for St. Thomas is on the field. Players are moving around. Oh, they had a good opportunity in the middle there that kind of just skipped away.
They had a good luck. That's a good
NDSU's pushing.
Look at the speed by number 19, huh?
Maybe just a little bit too much. I liked. Oh, that's going to be a interference. NDSU gets it back. I assume they're going to now just try to kill off the penalty. There's no reason to try to do something man down.
No, not at all. Must be probably less than 30 seconds left, and maybe they're even back here. I don't see a guy on his knee, so.
Looks like they're back up to man.
Yep. Back up.
That was just probably that push was just a 30-second, which is now expired. So both teams at full strength.
55 seconds left in the first period here. St. Thomas again up 1-0 over North Dakota State.
Brandon Wirtz moving the ball around.
It's a good dodge by North Dakota State, number 18 there.
16, Ryan Stover.
16, sorry.
Yep. 40 seconds. Brandon Wirtz moving up to the top. Number 10, Anthony Bannock. Comes a dodge, a shot, and a little high.
North Dakota's been shooting that ball a little high, a little wide. The goalie's made a couple saves for St. Thomas, but there hasn't been a whole lot of shots on goal.
Yeah, Jesse, I really like St. Thomas's defense there. And here comes Brandon. See, again, their active defense, the sticks, and got to get a ground. Here comes a ground ball. St. Thomas comes away with it.
And Sam Fuller, good possession. That was a push. No.
Wow, how did he save that? How did he save that?
6.
That was an amazing.
Vigens.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's it.
There was a little flurry here at the end, Brian. That was kind of fun to watch.
That was kind of incredible if you saw how the long pole that was falling out of bounds basically did a baseball swing.
He did.
Hit it out of midair. Yeah. It was already going to be touch out of bounds, and he saved it. I mean, that was pretty incredible.
He had good backup. He knew what he was doing.
Yep, and they almost turned that into something nice.
Game changes quickly.
Well, Jesse, what first quarter impressions? What do you think so far?
Well, I mean, North Dakota's got to shoot the ball on net. I think they wasted a few golden opportunities in the slot, and if you're St. Thomas, I think you got to do a better job taking care of the ball. They had quite a few unforced errors down there, and I think we'll see that change happen here in the second quarter. The pace of the play was good, I thought.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it just could be jitters. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming when we come back out in the second quarter that we're going to see somewhat of a different team out here. I tell you what, I really like St. Thomas's defense. They're active. Yeah. They're aggressive. Yeah. I think that's what I've noticed so far is how good their defense is. Yeah,
they communicate well down there. There's always chatter going on. The goalie, if it's not the goalie, it's your D's directing the middies on where to be and how to play defense.
Yep, I especially liked I think the D middies work there in that first quarter. So we'll have to see what happens. North Dakota, they're keeping things close. I mean, it's 1-0 Tommies. So the Bison, are keeping it close.
Yeah, I'm a little. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess I didn't anticipate the low-scoring first quarter.
Yeah.
Shocked, maybe, is the word.
But again, it's a beautiful day here at Matamidi High School, Minnesota. What a difference a week makes. We mentioned it before, 12 inches of snow. We had our snow-nami last weekend.
That's right. That's right.
But spring has prevailed. I think that's the last snow we're going to see.
Yeah,
Got any wood here to knock on?
Right.
All right, here comes...
These turf fields melt that snow fast, though.
all right, looks like for
Number 5.
Avery Normandin. Did you catch a number for the St. Thomas player?
I did not.
All right. On the face-off.
Jared Meyering is in for North
St.
Dakota State.
And 22 is for St. Thomas.
Mark Dowdle.
Mark Dowdle. Clean win by NDSU. They're pushing it on transition and takes a shot off the post.
It was. It's a shot. North Dakota retained possession. Boy,
Right
that
on.
was fast. That
Yep.
was as fast as you'll see a face-off get down, too. Maybe there's the jump North Dakota State needed here.
I think that's probably what they're... Nope, and they're working on
Really pushing it.
almost had another another open lane there.
Number 14 for North Dakota State, Darby Sorensen checks in along with number 22.
Who is Dylan Valentini. Looks like they've been playing in the same line. Oh, it just flew it again.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that today.
And then the greatest thing is when the player looks at his stick like, what did my stick just do there?
Yeah, it's got to be the stick's fault.
Right. Which just happened. It's not the stick. Sorry to say.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless you're a face-off guy, then it is the stick.
North Dakota State going into their 10-man ride here. They're really putting pressure on the goalie.
Yep,
The
if you
goalie
can
still
see
has
that. Yep.
Possession.
10-man ride. Everyone knows the goalie's out of the net.
They're
Way to break the
close.
ride is the goalie.
Yeah, they're getting
Kinda.
close. He's got it over midfield. Now will they get a touch?
Yep, they got a touch.
There it is. Did he?
So apparently
they
the
called
referees
offside.
believe that St. Thomas was offsides.
Yeah.
St. Thomas vigorously disagrees with that.
Okay.
The ref is so sure that he's right that he's now given the St. Thomas bench a 30-second bench penalty for technical unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep.
And if the coach is not careful, he might go deeper than that. As we know, the refs are always right.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with them.
That's right.
I've never seen them change a call after they have a flag on the field. So
Yep.
the game will continue.
Uh-huh.
So
All
North
right.
Dakota State sets up their offense.
Man up.
Man up, number 8 for North Dakota State. Hits it down low. Oh, that's a good
That's
shot.
actually number 9.
Number 9.
Simon Hartland moving the ball again. A little bit of sloppiness. Just still.
Really just unsure about where they want to be with that ball. Number 22, Dodal for St. Thomas retained possession.
St.
Pushes it up the
Thomas
field.
is bringing it across midfield. And that's going to be a penalty push. Too much in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I think the ref's right on that one.
Yeah, I do too.
So,
Yeah.
refs, fans, we have very enthusiastic fans here. It's great to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have called that as well.
30 seconds gives St. Thomas the special teams man-up opportunity. See what St. Thomas can do with this one.
Well, so far, a minute 40 into the second quarter, we've seen a lot more action than we've seen in the first.
Yeah, so tell me who these players are out here. 21 for St. Thomas, 31.
Would be Sam Turner.
31.
And 31 would be Jack Stanchfield.
5.
We have Benjamin
And
Toffin.
a shot and a goal. Nice shot.
Is that number 22, Brian?
21 just.
Number 21. So Sam Turner.
Sam Turner. He went hip to hip. Had some time and room. Put it in the back of the net. St.
man
Thomas.
down, yeah.
That's right. St. Thomas leading 2-0 over the Bison of North Dakota State. Again, this is Brian Whips. I'm here with Jesse Wallach, providing commentary on this heavyweight match. 1 versus 2 in the nation. MCLA D2 coaches poll.
Matamita High School in Matamita, Minnesota. A little battle at the circle
Good
here.
battle. Nothing.
Yeah,
NDSU picks up the ground ball. Brings it in. Number 10 going right into the net.
Oh, look at that.
Moving it around. Pretty unselfish there.
Yeah,
I think that was probably the
I
right
would take
move.
the shot.
Would you?
I think I would have. He had the goalie moving a little bit, cheating to his right there. But again, I'm
North Dakota, well,
80 yards away.
You're
So.
clearly right because North Dakota just turned it over. So
Yeah.
a shot would have been helpful, probably. 10-man ride again.
Yep. And North Dakota's doing a really nice job defending that.
Yep.
Pass attempt to number 26, Eric Teese.
That's off of St. Thomas. Yep, North Dakota ball.
And again, another unforced error. That was forced because North Dakota State was really doing a nice job on that 10-man ride.
They did not give up on that for
No.
sure. I mean, everyone's given a strong effort. Both teams are. North Dakota taking a shot.
Oh, that's a great save by Patrick Jackson, the goaltender for St. Thomas.
That's right. North Dakota picks it back up, gets it to the goaltender, sets up the clear. St. Thomas setting up their ride. Again, we've got 20 seconds to get across the midline, then 10 seconds to get in the box.
So I don't like North Dakota doing right there. It's sort of flat-footed. No one is really helping out the goalie there on that.
That's good. Looks like offsides.
Offsides. And again, I think that just stemmed from they didn't seem interested to push that ball up the field there.
Yeah.
You know, communication in this game is key. It's probably the most chattered game that you'll attend.
That is true.
Goalie's always directing where the defense needs to be on the field. Coaches are yelling out certain plays from the bench. There's a lot of chatter that goes on down there.
Yep. St. Thomas moving the ball around. I did hear a D1 coach say once that he doesn't even need to watch a game. He can listen to a game and tell you who's going to win.
That's years of experience there.
Yep,
That's a heck
that's
of a
right. Another shot.
Nice save by North Dakota.
Nice save. Really good shot.
That shot came from Nicholas Bundy of St. Thomas.
Yep.
Great shot, great save. Goalie still has the ball.
Goalie has got some issues here.
And he's taking some
Yep, that's going to be.
Oh, St. Thomas.
Oh. North Dakota State lucked out there big time.
They sure
Empty
did.
net goal and no backup. So NDSU picks up the
They
turnover.
dodged the bullet. Yeah, that was wide open.
Yeah, they got to, North Dakota's got to take care of the ball a little bit better. Not try to do too much when, play as a team, play as a unit.
We see the 10-man ride again, and I'd like to see a little bit more motion from North Dakota State.
St. Thomas takes away the ball, and it's going to be another turnover.
Yeah, there was a big hit on number 6.
Yeah, it looked clean. Just decleated him. Looks like it looked shoulder to shoulder, and nothing vicious. So, NDSU bringing it across midfield. And into the box.
Number 10 for NDSU checks into the game. 19 is coming off.
Justin Linderholm moving the ball around.
16 back in for NDSU.
Anthony Bannock. Ryan Stover.
44 is coming off, and it looks like number 9 might come back in here.
Simon Hatlin. Oh, another.
Again. It's just that's too close to quarters there. You gotta move your feet. You gotta spread out. Lacrosse is not.
That's right.
You can't pass the ball 5 yards to each other. You gotta get the defense moving. Hats off to St. Thomas. They're forcing North Dakota State's hand here a little bit. Ball down again.
It's good defense.
Yeah, long stick for North Dakota State.
Again, both teams are sloppy with the ball, dropping the ball. You got to enjoy the ball. That's what I've heard some coaches say.
9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining.
North Dakota State dodging in, pulls it back out.
Lots of substitutions in this game so far. A lot of kids coming in and off the field, on and off the field.
North Dakota State harassing on the ride. Timeout.
St. Thomas.
It's probably a good, each team's got 3 timeouts. There's 8:38 left in the first half. I think maybe bring them in, settle them down a little bit. Again, I thought the second quarter we'd come out and not see so much
Turnovers.
unforced errors, but
Yeah.
they seem to be increasing.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And again, the 10-man ride for St. Thomas has really done a nice job. They have forced 2 or 3 turnovers here in the second quarter for North Dakota State. And if I'm a coach, I got to tell my boys, hey, we need some cutters, some crossers. We got to get some movement going here so St. Thomas just doesn't tee off on us.
Again, beautiful day in Matamidi, Minnesota. Gold Star Day.
Yeah, it is gorgeous out here.
NDSU is moving left to right. St. Thomas right to left on your screen. St. Thomas, of course, in the home whites. NDSU in their road colors, dark colors. Green and yellow. All right. St. Thomas breaks the huddle. We'll see what kind of play they drew up here for their offensive possession. Well, we've got number 6, 21, and 22 out there for NDSU.
Alex Vigems, and we have Sam Turner and Mike Dowdo.
And 26.
That would be Eric Tice. This seems to be the popular choice, the popular line for St.
First
Thomas.
line. And then number 1 down at attack.
Charlie Venable.
Venable, yeah. And then number 4. I don't know if we said that one yet.
It's Nicholas Bundy there.
Yeah, this looks like they're kind of their first line players.
Yep.
Coming in, takes a shot.
North Dakota State did a nice job closing down the middle there. There wasn't a lot to shoot at.
St. Thomas coming from behind the net. Behind the goal. Surveying the field.
22 stands down here alone by himself.
Dodging from the wing, number 1, and just got pickpocketed right there by NDSU. Nice play. NDSU brings it across, uncontested, brings it into the box.
I think this is a pretty critical time. I really think North Dakota State, if they're going to want to keep themselves in the game mentally, I think this would be a good possession for them to try to get one here.
Yeah, they got to score.
You know, it's just too much of the ball being thrown away.
Yeah, you know, kind of. It looks like they're staring down their guy a little bit.
Yeah, they don't look to be in sync right now. That's a good force
that was a great play by NDSU, and nice legal hit him right in the front or side.
Turns over, quick possession, and now he's got to turn and fire. Oh, it hits the post.
That was Brandon Wirtz. And St. Thomas gets the ball back.
All right. So sort of the heave-ho pass back across his body to number. Can't tell what number.
Number
that
13.
Is. There's a number 13.
Yeah.
Jake Bauman.
Yep. Gets in the box. St. Thomas slows it back down, I'm assuming.
Set up their offense here a little
Nope.
bit.
They got a kind of an open guy. A shot.
Oh, little bounce shot that would bounce over the net.
St. Thomas with the backup. Retains possession. Brings it back up top.
Number 31, Jack Stanchfield.
Number 24.
Riley Baumgartner
Oh,
out
my.
there now.
And there's going to be a turnover. No.
No, he did a nice job. Riley did. St. Thomas.
St. Thomas brings it back over the midline.
Again, this is not the flow I anticipated in the game, but it is what it is right now, and you know.
Got it in the box. Both teams calling out their sets for this play.
Riley Baumgartner with the ball up top, swings it down low.
Moving the ball around.
Jack Stanchfield with it.
Looks like NDSU's gone to a zone defense. Try to change it up a little bit. See if St. Thomas applies it. Oh, there's a goal.
And a shot.
Yep.
That was a nice
open wing,
play.
and there's going to be
unsportsmanlike on top of it. That's a little frustration on North Dakota State's part there. That was uncalled for.
Yep. See what number got decked. Number 1. Looks like he might be coming off.
St. Thomas did a nice job finding the weakness in that zone, and they made North Dakota State pay for it.
Charlie Venable. Eden Prairie. Yeah, he got rocked. Dead ball foul. They get the ball. I didn't see if that was that a non-releasable and 2-minuter?
I didn't hear.
I'm
not hear.
I'm assuming. All right, just a 1-minute cross-check, releasable.
Possession is awarded to St. Thomas on that as it happened after the
since it
goal was in that dead ball. So
dead ball foul.
No face-off.
So St. Thomas moving the ball around on their man-up package.
Yeah, and this is a set we haven't seen yet. This is more tight. This is not as spread out as they had been doing previous. They are in tight.
Yep, there we go.
Good save.
That was a good save by the goalie. It's good. It was a good shot by St. Thomas also. Had some time and room there.
So this is the part of the game here for North Dakota State that has not been real impressive here. Their goalie's wasting time here. And
well, he's got 30 seconds. He might as well. He's going to kill it. He needs to throw it.
Gilman, they call that. Kind of went goalie to goalie there.
Yeah, it was probably more just a time killer.
Sure.
You know, trying to kill off that 1-minute penalty. Took up 30 seconds of it. Team's back at full strength. Even. St. Thomas moving the ball around again.
Yeah, zone again being played by North Dakota State. That was another great save by North Dakota State goalie. Nicholas Bundy took a shot. He's been a factor down low. They like him in tight, it looks like, St. Thomas.
Yeah, St. Thomas is doing a nice job moving the ball quickly on offense. Looks like they've settled down a little bit. North Dakota slowing it down, getting their offensive package. St. Thomas, of course.
So number 9's wide open in the slot. Oh, they missed it. It just came too late. You got to see that earlier.
Yep, Simon Hatlin. He was 1 second earlier. That would have been a slam dunk for NDSU. NDSU is down 3-0. St. Thomas is up, obviously, 3-0.
3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second period.
NDSU would probably like to try to get a quality shot on here.
St. Thomas is doing a really nice job forcing everything
There's
outside.
That was really
great
nice.
Save.
Yep, that was nice. Preston Olson cut right into the middle, and the goalie saw it all the way.
Patrick
NDSU.
Jackson. It's off green, so that should be white ball, St. Thomas. That was a great save. That was one of the first times North Dakota State has actually had a quality chance there to score.
Yeah, that was a good.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Yep.
From my point of view.
Yep, that's right. Well, like we said, we're gonna say every call is the right call here. St. Thomas moving it up into the box, shouting out their yellow set. Number 21 with the probes the defense, brings it back out.
Little miscue by 26 for St. Thomas.
Wow, that was a great man ball play there.
Yeah, that was. And again now, St. Thomas has gone to a more spread formation.
Oh, that was a great shot. Just like a 2-minute, or just a 2 inches lower, and that would have been right inside that upper pipe. St. Thomas with the backup. Again, St. Thomas up 3-0 here in Matamidi, Minnesota. I'm Brian Whips. I was joined by Jesse Wallach.
Good game. Better pace to the second quarter.
It's better right now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice
Good
shot.
defense. Yep.
Goalie
The goalie saw that whole way. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He
It was
did.
kind of a same plane. If you're going to shoot the same plane, you better be 100 miles an hour.
Yep, yep. Oh, they had Darby Sorensen cutting across the middle as the new guy on the field, and they just gave it away again.
Yep. 21 or 26.
Eric Tice.
NDSU doing a nice job staying on sides.
And timeout.
Timeout green. I think NDSU is probably like, there's a minute 38 left in the half.
Yeah, they got to score here. I think this is another one of those possessions where so much effort has been put in to maintain the ball down on their end, but nothing is shown for it yet. I think you call the timeout. It's a good timeout. Get back in there. You set your offense up, and hopefully you get one in here to make it 3-1 perhaps at half. Who knows?
Right. I mean, you've seen the great thing about lacrosse is you can score 3 goals in a minute if you need to. Assuming you're winning the face-offs.
Right.
So.
Right.
But it's it would be nice for them for the North Dakota go into halftime, getting something on the board here for their own. And what a great boost for St. Thomas if they can go into halftime, shutting out NDSU.
Oh, hats off to them, right?
Yep, that's right. I mean, they're
3-0, 10-0. It wouldn't matter if you took a shutout into halftime. That's a good half played.
Yep. I would say this was a defensive battle, but I don't. It's not a defensive battle. It's a battle of unforced errors so far.
Absolutely. We've seen a number of them by both teams today. And right now, I think you got to tip your hat to St. Thomas. They're playing a better defensive game.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
North Dakota just hasn't had enough time and just has not looked confident to set up their offense yet so far. So
North Dakota State has not had a lot of quality opportunities, too. We saw just a couple.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's maybe they're forcing it just a little bit. But just maybe taking another step, being a little more patient. But also the St. Thomas goalie has been playing phenomenal.
Yeah, he's made some
number 29.
Great saves. Patrick Jackson, I believe.
Yeah. He's done a really nice job. So for NDSU, we've got Alec Larson, Darby Sorensen, and Dylan Valentini, the midfield.
All right, here we go.
Brandon Wirtz. Justin Linderholm with the ball right now. He's going to take a shot.
Up.
Maybe one more step, Justin.
Yeah.
One more step to greatness, they call it. NDSU with the backup.
Oh, it's ball's bouncing around.
Somebody's
we're gonna
got
see
to
what
get it.
happens here. It's a good effort. North Dakota State came away with it. But again, I see a lot of guys not really moving up here, Brian. This is where I get my guys cutting and moving. And then just another pass.
Another over and back. Again, I liked they had something really good. That was a potential there, but
you go through all that
lost
to get to win the ground ball, and then to throw it away like that is just.
St. Thomas with the timeout. 57 seconds left. They're up 3-0 in half. So if I'm St. Thomas, my assumption is I'm going to run this timeout, try to get a shot off with about 10 seconds left.
Absolutely.
12 seconds left.
Yep.
And call it a half. Win the half. That's what I would do.
If the shot's there, you take it. If not, I mean, you're up 3-0 right now. And to be honest, North Dakota State hasn't done a lot to scare me. So I don't try to force the ball into an area where it's going to be taken over.
Yeah.
Play conservative.
I do like. I liked North Dakota's kind of going into a zone defense.
Yep.
I might start out in a zone, then go to man, just to, because I'm sure St. Thomas will have a zone play and a man play that they'll set up, and try to make them think.
It looked to
me
when that happened that St. Thomas would go into a more tight set zone or tight set formation, which would force North Dakota State into their squeeze. Right. Yep.
I mean, there's zone busters, right? You got zone buster plays. So.
Sure.
Let's see who's coming out here for St. Thomas. 13-4,
We have Jack Bauman, and we have
24-31.
number 24 is Riley Baumgartner, and 31 is Jack Stanchfield.
Number 1 is back in. That's good after taking that lick.
Charlie Venable.
And then number 6.
Number 6 is Alex Vigems.
Yep. All right, looks like they did play that was a
Oh,
big
they did
pick
pick.
play.
And it's a great save by North Dakota. They needed that one because that was a beautiful pick.
NDSU with the clear.
They got 40 seconds.
And they should
NDSU
call timeout.
Probably just called their timeout, yeah. And I believe that will leave them with 1. Each team should have 1, although the scoreboard is not really reflecting that right now. Yep, second timeout for North Dakota State. So, again, we talked about this, but North Dakota State, they can get one here. It's a big mental boost for them going into the halftime.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, nothing gives you more of a mental boost than being able to put one in the net right before halftime. You know, that can kind of push momentum forward.
Absolutely.
You know, through half, it makes you feel a little better. Kind of wipes away some of those the bad juju that you felt.
For sure, and likewise, St. Thomas. I mean, if they stop them here, and again, we spoke about it earlier. If they go into halftime up 3-0, hats off to them.
Right.
Throw a shot out against the number 2 team is not an easy task.
Right, and both these teams are highly skilled, both on offense and defense, so they should be able to, you know, show some high-level lacrosse here for the last 39.5 seconds.
Yep. I suspect we haven't seen North Dakota State's best yet.
Yeah, it looks like they're just a half step off on connections and.
Yep.
But you know, also keeping St. Thomas to only 3 goals. That's a pretty.
Yep. Pretty good
So
feat.
St. Thomas, the only loss was to the Bulldogs of
Minnesota.
yeah,
Yep.
Duluth
Yep.
early in the season, and they've kind of run the table since.
Sure.
So it's good. You know, obviously number 1 team in the nation. MCLA Division 2.
It's good lacrosse. All right, ball's in play. We had 37 seconds left.
And they're in a man defense. 26 seconds. There's no reason to rush here.
All right, should be green. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left in the second quarter.
Calling that a shot.
Yep. A little more urgency out of North
And a
Dakota
shot.
State here.
And oh, I thought that went in.
Yeah, I did too. Again, possession, 14.9 left on the clock.
It's a bounce shot. It just kind of looked like that might have gone in if it would have been a little bit
A little
closer.
more energy here.
Yep. NDSU driving in bringing it around.
Oh, almost a throwaway. You got 5 seconds left. You got to take the shot there. Yeah, that's it.
And that's it.
Halftime.
That's halftime.
All right, we'll be back for the second half here in the third quarter in about 10 to 15 minutes. Thanks for joining us.
All right, we're back.
We are.
A minute left before game second half begins.
What'd you think of the first half there, Brian?
Well, I think we mentioned it a few times. A little bit of a slop fest.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's going to get cleaned up here.
Yeah, I'd expect a little tighter game here in the second half. I mean, the unforced turnovers in the first half. The game jitters have got to be over. These guys got to start settling in here and making the plays that they're accustomed to making. I expect a pushback from North Dakota State. I expect nothing less than the good defensive performance that we've seen out of St. Thomas in the first half. Well, we'll see how she plays out.
Yep, that's right. North Dakota State's attack is Brandon Wirtz, Noah Simpson, Justin Linderholm. Face-off guy for St. Thomas is number 14.
Number 14 is Ben Campbell. We also have Sam Fuller out there, number 7 for St. Thomas.
Avery Normandin is the NDSU face-off guy. Yeah, St. Thomas's goalie has played really well, and we've said this before. I like St. Thomas's defense. They're active. They communicate well. They're doing a nice job out there.
Yeah, they're clearing lanes for their goaltender Patrick Jackson. He's seen the ball really well. He's made some really nice saves. So we'll see if that continues here in the second half.
Yep.
Possession, North Dakota State.
Yep.
All right, whip check attempt. Almost offsides. Yeah.
Yep.
Heard the fans
kind
of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's offsides. Offsides by a hand on St. Thomas. The crowd helped with that one a little bit.
It did.
So, 30-second technical. NDSU's up on their man up.
They've had their opportunities.
NDSU, of course, is moving now right to left. St. Thomas left to right. St. Thomas in the home whites. NDSU in the dark green and yellow uniforms. So NDSU moving it around.
Brandon Wirtz back out there for Egan, huh? No, number 13, I'm sorry.
Yep, they've got this is their special team man up group. Oh, that's fake.
Ball fake. And goalie, nice save. Didn't quite know where that one went to, but he did get a piece of it.
Yep. NDSU with the nice backup.
Oh, good push.
NDSU.
Determination by 13 for NDSU to win that ball. Nice feed, but again, just a dropped ball, just unforced.
Yep.
St. Thomas takes possession and a clean.
Nope, not clean.
Oh, there's the flag.
And it's going to be...
that'll be man up for St. Thomas.
That's right. It looked like it was a little bit two guys, or 3 guys there. One of them was a little bit too far on the back. So St. Thomas, the man up opportunity. 30-second push, number 47.
Starting up top with the ball for St. Thomas is Nicholas Bundy. Slides it over to the left.
Good movement, good off-ball movement, moving the ball around.
Riley Baumgartner back over to number 5. Benjamin Toffin. Down low. Shot was wide and high. Darby Sorensen did a nice job forcing that in.
Mm-hmm. It's a hard angle there.
Yep.
St. Thomas starts it on the wing. Brings it up top. Cycles it down low.
Yeah, they're in tight again here,
top.
which looks like it's forcing North Dakota to play more of his own again, Brian. That's
good
a good
stop.
save.
Good stop by the goalie, by the minder. Number 27, Noah Orham from Pearl Lake. Shout out to Coach Fleck if he's listening or on here. Obviously one of your players.
Oof.
Starting to get a little more physical.
Yeah, it's definitely picked up in intensity.
NDSU with the clear.
It's a good look.
Brandon Wirtz backing it back out.
Darby Sorensen back onto the field. The give and go. Nice. Steps it back out, takes a look.
Slows it down, wants to get the offensive package on the field that they want. NDSU playing little games with on and off. All right, Dodge is coming from the top. Oh, not from the back.
Just forced that there.
Yeah.
Forced it.
I don't know if NDSU is staring down their passes. It seems like that's what's got to be happening a little bit.
I just didn't expect this. Not after watching the last game a couple of weeks ago between these two teams. It was much more efficient. Good
St.
cut.
Thomas across the midline. He's got 10 seconds.
Still has not gotten a touch, and there he did. Touch is good.
Yep. All right, St. Thomas probably is content now to get their package on. Offensive set in.
Sam Turner
Dodging.
returned to the field for St. Thomas with possession.
Swinging it around.
Oh, it's a good cut.
Yep,
Yeah,
nice
that
cut.
was just a good cut.
Yep.
That was a good feed, good cut, good luck, St. Thomas.
Yep. Number 5 scores for St. Thomas.
I believe that's their second man-up goal in the game today. That was a good look. That goal came at the 4-minute mark of the third period. There's 11 minutes remaining.
That's right. Benjamin Traufen from Dowdle.
Number 22, Mark Dowdle. Yeah, that was a nice play.
11 minutes remain in the third quarter. St. Thomas Tommies 4. NDSU Bison 0. Again, St. Thomas has been having a better job with offensive efficiency today. See how the face-off units work here. NDSU pulled it out, and it's going to be a hole or interference on St. Thomas.
Yeah, that's right.
So NDSU.
NDSU's got to answer here quick. They do. That was a good play. Oh. Oh, they awarded that a shot, so the NDSU will keep possession of that ball there.
Yep, that's right. Even though it went off an NDSU player, subsequently he didn't make an act of, or he didn't possess it. So NDSU dodging down the alley slowly, looking for passes through the crease to Brandon Wirtz, number 33. Now they're starting to attack the net.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's an answer.
Number 10, Anthony Bannock. So it looks like good things happen when you start attacking the net like that.
Well,
and,
yes, I mean, absolutely. And that started down low with Brandon Wirtz and his possession there. You see number 10. 10 did a nice job dodging, got himself in a good shooting position, got the goalie moving, and put it behind him.
Yeah, it seems like always good things happen if you can keep driving to the net, and they're going to have to either slide to you, have someone open that's on either side of the wing, or you're just going to be able to get a pretty good time and room shot right in the center of the goal. So Darby Sorensen and number 22 are on the wing. Oh,
Dowdle.
Yeah,
Mark.
I think they the last game we saw, those 14 and 22 had had a nice battle.
Yeah, they did. And Darby got ground ball there too. Yeah, he played a little cat and mouse before the ball was whistled in play. So see what they do next time they match up.
Number 9 for St. Thomas, just hammering on Sorensen. Again,
Drew Swanson.
Yep. North Dakota bringing it from behind the goal.
Oh, it got new. Number 5's coming in. Yeah, that was telegraphed.
Yeah.
Back to your point, Brian, earlier, what you said about sort of eyeing the passes, that was case in point right there.
Yeah, we saw that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, what a
That's
great
check.
takeaway
Yeah,
from number
that's a nice
22.
play.
NDSU bringing in their offensive set. Slowing it down a little bit. Starting to dodge from the top. Bringing it along the wing. Cycling it back up top.
Yeah, a little more passing efficiency on this possession.
Down low.
Up
Back
high.
skip pass and a shot.
Yeah, I tell you, that was a better possession there for NDSU.
Yeah.
Earlier, that would have been on the ground a couple of times. And now, here it was for St. Thomas.
Yeah.
They've got that possession, North Dakota State.
That was a good ride by North Dakota State.
A lot of time spent down in St. Thomas's zone here this first 7 minutes of the third quarter.
That's right. Eight minutes remain in the third quarter. St. Thomas up 4-1.
Not a lot of substitution going on. North Dakota State seems to be just going with the guys that are out there.
Oh, that was a good behind the back shot.
Yeah.
Looked like, and awarded to NDSU with the backup. Yeah, he kind of ran out of space there, so it was probably a good use of the behind the back shot.
St. Thomas is playing man defense right now.
Yeah. Unless you're Canadian, you don't connect a lot on the behind the back shot. So. Another unforced error.
Yeah.
NDSU riding. St. Thomas gets it into the
Number 4 is coming in backside. There they seen him, and then they got a cutter
shot
coming back.
and goal.
It's just perfect.
Yep.
I mean, you don't draw it up any better than that.
Yep, that was nice.
So those two have connected a couple of times tonight. That was number 4, Nicholas Bundy to 22, Mark Dowdle. Yeah, they've done that a couple times tonight.
Yeah, that was a good transition goal. Unsettled.
And again, it started with an errant pass in your own offensive zone. It's just uncharacteristic to see that.
Yeah. Again, that just boils down to offensive efficiency again.
Possession is power.
You know, probably the reason that NDSU has remained in this game so long, 5-1, is that they won most of the faceoffs.
Good point.
Oh, and then St. Thomas went early again.
Possession, North Dakota State.
North Dakota bringing in and their offensive set. Cycles it up top. Okay, looks like they've got their players on the field that they want to go with. Looks like they're setting up a play on the back wing. Looks like the Dodge is coming around for the net, opening it up, wide open, nice shot. That was that was a really nice play. Yeah. We saw you know, he was directing guys as he was moving down the alley. We knew something was happening, and
10 fed it over to 4, real nice. That was Noah Simpson, I believe.
Yep, Preston Olson, number 4.
Assist was number 10.
Anthony Bannock.
Thank you.
So
Bannock got a couple points in the game here.
Yep. So St. Thomas leads 5-2. 6:43 remains in the third quarter.
This is more
I'm Brian
what
Whips,
I expected. Yeah.
Here with Jesse Wallach.
Yeah. More what I expected from the first half. This third quarter started off a little bit more intense, a little bit more offense, more up and down. Not as many turnovers. That's going
to be a push from the Yep.
That's a push.
Yep. That was pretty simple to see.
Thomas.
Oh. A little bit of little bit of extracurricular activity around the sub-in zone at NDSU. Referees are going to talk about what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're able to see that. It was guys coming off and on and off the field, and they made pretty good contact here.
Yep, that was a dumb play for sure, and that was clearly it was clearly interference.
Yeah, it
in the
happened right
box.
in front of us. It's hard to argue that too.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to. The refs are right, totally right on this one. You just gotta, play the put the ball in the net, and you don't need to do that other crap.
No, focus on the game. You're down 3 goals. Yeah, there's no point to do that.
Right now you hurt your team.
Yep.
You're man down for 30 seconds. St. Thomas from the top. Cycles it low. Looking for a feed. Takes a shot. Wide.
Number 4 was back there for St. Thomas. He's been on the field a lot tonight. We've called his name a lot.
Yep.
Nicholas Bundy, rather. Sorry.
St. Thomas cycling it back up top. Good defense by the NDSU short stick midi.
Yeah, it seems that they're playing better as a unit here.
Yep, dodging from the top, dodging, cycles it low. Good ball movement, and they've got a wide open shot.
Open. He's going to bury that almost every time.
Yep, we saw that. I mean, that was just great ball movement from the left side back, and just banged it to the back side, and it was, we saw that a mile away.
That was Alex Vijams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
Alex Vijams, nice player, and he's going to, I think he's a leading point getter for St. Thomas.
Yeah. He's a junior out of Mounds View.
Yep, he's going to bury that every single time.
I believe North Dakota State called a timeout.
So St. Thomas leads 6-2 over the NDSU Bison. That was a timeout Bison. And there is 5:38 remaining in the third quarter. Lots of time. No need to panic for either team. Well, no need to panic for the Bison. No need to sit on their heels for St. Thomas.
Yeah, they've done a better job offensively in this quarter. What concerns me now is their defense. They seem to be lacking a little bit in chasing the ball rather than playing as a team, as a unit down there on their end. If you're St. Thomas, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, they have found the open guy the last 2 goals that they've scored, and they've been pretty.
Yeah.
So moving the ball around high to low.
Playing well as a unit,
Yep.
for sure. But again, like we said, what set that up was that, kind of boneheaded play.
Yep.
Deciding to knock a guy.
Absolutely.
I saw it lined up right there. I mean,
absolutely.
didn't need to happen.
No, and if my memory serves me right, North Dakota State had possession on that, so they would have been going to the offensive zone, and boom,
They did.
Turn it around and back of the net 30 seconds later. You got to play with your head here. You got to play smart.
Yeah. Instead, you're in the box and they score a goal, and it's
a double negative.
not helping the team.
Not at all. No, not at all.
Got to control your emotions, not let them control you.
I will
Anyways,
say the game has picked up in intensity, physicality.
yeah. Anyways, enough tongue lashing on NDSU there.
Right.
This is a great game. Again, a beautiful day here in Matamidi. So number 30 is the face-off guy for NDSU. He is Cameron Sherrard, Fargo, North Dakota.
Huh.
Is that right? It says he's goalie. Darby Sorensen on the wing. Battling number 22.
Yep. Cleanly won by St. Thomas.
Yep.
Oh.
Going to the, that's going to be too much in the back. Way too much in the back. It's going to be a push with possession.
Is that a number 30 for North Dakota State?
Yeah. That was the face-off guy. 32nd. So, St. Thomas back on the man up. Thomas moving up top.
Yeah, they can be patient here. Unless the shots, I mean, you're going to take your shot when it's there, but they can afford to move the ball around like that.
Off the pipe.
Yeah, that was a good look again.
Looks like they were doing a little bit of a wheel play right there.
Yeah, and I think they found something on that goalie's right side. It looks to me like they've been taking more attempts from that side than the left. So
yep, I agree.
Keep an eye on that.
St. Thomas cycling it around. Good ball movement again.
And again, another shot. Oh.
Ball high in the air.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did that hit?
I don't know, but right back at full strength, even strength. Man-to-man again. St. Thomas still moving the ball around nicely.
Yeah, there they are.
I think St. Thomas might have settled in here a little bit.
Yep.
You know, they don't need to do very much right now either. They can probably be content with dodging it from the top.
Yep, play catch and pass.
Oh, right through that, and that's going to be simple.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice shot.
Yeah, that was an effort there.
Number 24,
yeah,
Riley Baumgartner.
Riley Baumgartner, yeah.
Yep, that was, he split the North Dakota defenders like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, there's no question about that. That was pretty.
And it was pretty simple, just kind of moving right in.
Communication again. Who's got who? What position are you playing?
Well, and again, going right to the net like we said before, good things happen if you can get in front of the net.
That's right.
I mean, that's not actually rocket science.
No, but nobody on the backside for North Dakota State came over to Phil. It was he was 1-on-0 for a goalie for about 10 yards.
Yeah, there needed to be a little bit of communication probably.
Yeah. Let's see how they answer. Now, that's 3 goals by St. Thomas now. That with possession had just been working the ball, patient, finding the open guy, and here they come again, number 4.
And
backside
comes a shot
goalie's right.
off the pipe.
Off the pipe, and that's a couple of times we've seen that. And St. Thomas gains possession again. Yeah, momentum has really swung in their favor here.
Yeah, lacrosse can be a game of momentum, and St. Thomas has a typhoon of momentum going on right now.
They certainly have it all. There's 3:50 left in the third quarter. St. Thomas Academy is up 7-2.
Or St. Thomas, not
St. Thomas, I'm sorry. Yeah, St. Thomas.
College.
Yeah.
Yep, 7-2. The Tommies moving the ball around again. Number 39 has it. Matt Hirschbach.
Again, we did not see this in the first half, the passing efficiency. We're certainly seeing it now.
They're moving the ball well.
Yep.
Taking care of the ball. Oh, that should have been buried probably, but little shot off goal.
Possession stays with St. Thomas.
St. Thomas has had the ball down in this end. There's 3 minutes left. I think the last 6 minutes straight. St. Thomas is winning the face-offs again, and you just make it, take it.
Yeah, they're owning possession right now.
St. Thomas moving the ball around. That was a hold called loose ball hold, NDSU. Possession back to Tommies. Tommies moving it back up top, cycling it around.
Good luck.
Yeah.
St. Thomas high to
St.
low.
Thomas's off-ball movement is it's fantastic. We've got the 3 middies working a triangle, and you got the 3 attackmen working a triangle, and they're going in opposite directions.
Puts pressure on that defense. Who's got who and where to move. If you make one mistake, you're going to have an open guy on the backside, like right there.
Well, and they're playing zone.
Yep. Which I would agree would be the right play against that.
All right, Darby Sorensen brings it into the box, trying to push the transition play.
I think you take the shot there. I don't know that you can.
Here comes a shot.
I don't know if you can be so particular with your shot selection being down 7-2 if you're North Dakota State.
All right. North Dakota State slowing it down here, get their offensive personnel on that they want to run with this play. North Dakota State moving it back down. Comes around.
Seven's up high. See if they try to get him involved. There he is. Good look. Good feed. Ball came right out of his stick. Got it back. Goalie made a nice save.
Got the rebound. NDSU bringing it around.
Oh.
Goalie way out, way out.
Gonna box him in. A couple fans didn't like what they seen out there.
10-man ride's going to possibly cost him here. Yelling yellow set again. St. Thomas with the ball behind the net.
St. Thomas had 7 players on the one side of the field. I don't know how that wasn't offsides there. .22's cutting high for St. Thomas.
5 seconds remain. 3.9 seconds remain in the third quarter.
And that's
no
it.
Shot.
End of the third. St. Thomas Academy is up.
Not Academy.
St. Thomas University. Sorry, I'm from the area, and it's hard to keep them straight. St. Thomas.
The University of St. Thomas.
Is up 7-2 at the end of 3. Well, that was a lot more fun to watch that period of lacrosse than the first half was. I thought St. Thomas played really well and efficient, high efficient lacrosse in the offensive zone. North Dakota, I don't know. What do you say?
Well, got to regroup. I mean, it's only 5 goals. We know you can score 5 goals quickly if you can win faceoffs. But St. Thomas's defense is really doing a nice job so far. They're active, you know, and the offense, like I said before, that St. Thomas's off-ball movement is really nice also on offense. Not exactly being matched by North Dakota's defense.
No, and not to beat a dead horse, but North Dakota's got to stay out of the box. They've been man down quite a bit in the third quarter here. And
that doesn't help.
Nope, not when you're down. That certainly is not a benefit to you. So.
I was out in over spring break, watched 6 NCAA lacrosse games. I met Tehuta Nanticoke, one of the the freshman phenom for Albany. We watched that Albany game, and I got to tell you, we watched Albany play Harvard, and Harvard's got a nice team too, but Albany just ran them off the field.
Oh, is that right?
Albany's not that big of a team, but their team speed is, we watched 6 games. We watched Duke play at North Carolina. We watched Cornell play Air Force, Syracuse play Notre Dame, and by far Albany just ran. I mean, so fast. It's really incredible. And their face-off guy is going to have the single season face-off record percentage this year, and so that just it's no it's not a coincidence that they're number 1.
Sure. Where did those games take place at?
Well, the Albany was in Albany. We went to Cornell, Syracuse, Duke, and a couple other places too. So yeah, it was a good trip. Here comes the face-off for the fourth quarter. It's going to be a hold against.
Should be White.
Against White. North Dakota wins the face-off.
Yep.
So I would say North Dakota needs to not have a turnover here and get a quality shot on goal.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. This is not crucial, but it is important in their trip back to tying this game up. If that does in fact happen, they got a long way to go. You can't get them all at once, but you got to start somewhere. And this is a possession where you'd like to see it. If
I like that there.
State.
That's
there
nice.
It is. Yeah. He went high-low. He took the ball behind the net, isolated himself, and went one-on-one with the goalie. It's a nice play.
Yep. As he got to GLE, I could see that there was not going to be a slide, and he beat his guy and just made a nice bounce shot. So.
Yeah, that was number 15 for North
NDSU.
Dakota State. Yep, that was
Joey Hoffman?
Joey Hoffman? No, that can't be right.
It was an attackman, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. I apologize, I didn't catch the number. Well, that makes it 7-3 real early in the fourth quarter. 14:25 remaining.
Again, we'll see who wins the face-off.
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State wins the face-off, gets it in the zone, slows it down, brings in their offensive set. Got Alec Larson, Darby Sorensen, Avery Normandin coming in. All right, the middies that they want are out there. Starting to cycle it around. Looks like they're kind of in an open set.
Nice move
Beat
by
the guy.
13, yeah.
Right to the net, wide open.
Slide
There's a
there
shot
it
and
is.
goal. Brandon Wirtz,
Yeah.
number 33.
Yeah, that was pretty, and that's what you do. That's how you score goals here. You got to beat your man one-on-one. That creates a draw to open up the backside.
7-4 now. Again, two quick goals, like we said. You know, if the Bison can pull back into this game, if they can keep winning the face-off.
So that was Wirtz from Larson for North Dakota State.
Again, Wirtz was open on the backside, and it takes a good pass and good execution. You know, maybe they're settled down here with 13:34 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was two straight possessions. We've seen North Dakota really look efficient, more efficient in those last two possessions than perhaps the whole game. So maybe they found something at the intermission or in between the third and fourth quarter here. We'll see how St. Thomas reacts. And it all starts with the face-off, Brian. I mean, and there's here again. This is a 50-50. That's probably loose ball against North Dakota State. Possession should be St. Thomas.
Yep.
So
just a little bit too much on the side of the shoulder.
Yep.
It's too bad, you know, the NDSU won that face-off or won the clamp, but they just didn't win the crown ball.
Right. If I'm St. Thomas, I'm looking for number 22 here. Dowdle. Here he is isolated up top. Up, ball down. That's a good clear.
That was a good play.
Yep, that's a clean play.
That was a good play.
Yeah, no, 22 is going to come back, and we'll see what happens. Oh, look at that.
Oh, what a goal by
wow.
That's
maybe the best one we've seen all game.
Noah
that
Simpson.
Was pretty.
Yep, Noah Simpson.
That was
Again,
a transition game, and that started way down in the defensive end. I believe St. Thomas is calling a timeout.
If I'm St. Thomas, I want a timeout and I want to settle this down because NDSU just scored 3 straight goals in about
minute and a half.
less than 2 minutes.
Yep. That was a clean play in the defensive zone by North Dakota State, and the ball was picked up in
Hit him
transition.
right in the chest.
It really did, yep. It was a good non-call.
Knocked him right on his back.
Yep.
It's almost like he didn't expect that. That's a little strange. But great transition play, and with Noah Simpson cutting across in front of the crease.
That was not an easy shot.
That was a hard shot. That was a hard shot. I mean, he's a righty, and he shot it righty, going across his body left to right, and
beat goalie high.
Had a very hard angle there.
That was tough.
It was one of the nicer goals we've probably seen today. So good, quick strike.
Absolutely.
St. Thomas probably settling their guys down, saying, you know, you've beat these guys before. You're still up by 2. Let's take care of the ball, move it around, and keep doing what we're doing.
Get back to doing what got us the 7-2 lead.
Well, I mean, you know, St. Thomas has outplayed NDSU for 3 quarters, and NDSU has outplayed St. Thomas for 2 minutes. That's so far what we've seen, and it's 7-5.
Like you
and
mentioned earlier. Yeah, go
St.
ahead.
Thomas.
Yeah. That takes one. Takes one, and the momentum starts to shift.
Again, we'll see who wins the face-off. NDSU won it, but it's going to be a hole, or it's going to be a illegal because it got stuck in the back of the stick for NDSU. That's a good call.
Yep.
St. Thomas gets it in the box, getting harassed. The short stick D-Mitty.
Dowdle up top for St. Thomas.
St. Thomas is getting their offensive set in. Pretty much seen these same players the whole game.
Yes, Turner, Teese, and Dowdle. They seem to be the go-to guys for St. Thomas.
And it seems like their attack has been pretty much constant also.
Yep.
Probably, they may be getting a little tired after.
Bundle and Vijam's out there.
Yep. Although they had a nice break last quarter.
Bundy, number 4. Isolation play here with Dowdle.
Against Darby Sorensen. They have a nice battle all the time.
Yep.
Shot on goal, saved by North Dakota State. Behind the net, looking for it.
All down. Oh, it's a good little kick play there by North Dakota State. Number 44 comes away with it, brings it across midfield. Gets a touch.
Gets it in the box.
Number 4 is breaking. 16 is open now.
And the shot. Oh, what a
great
save by the goalie.
Yeah, not only to keep the ball on the back of the net, but additional momentum back to North Dakota State. That would have been huge.
Yep, that was a great save by the goalie. And the North Dakota State player had pretty much the whole net to shoot at. That was good defense.
North Dakota State has really picked up the intensity here on the defensive side of the ball.
North Dakota State moving in, or St. Thomas moving on in. And the shot.
Oh, hit the
deflected.
Flare in front, way up in the air.
And
out of bounds.
St. Thomas with the backup.
They will. They'll retain possession. This is a little bit more what I expected here, Ryan. This is a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah, this is good stuff right now.
Cleaner, physical, seen some goals
Here
scored.
comes the shot. Nope. Physical.
Crease.
In the crease.
Yeah, it's crease violation, St. Thomas. Ball will go back to North Dakota State.
The goalie moving it up. Gets it to a short stick. Crosses midfield. St. Thomas has just kind of let them, really hasn't ridden too much. Kind of let them do what they want to do. They don't have a touch yet. Now they get a touch. Setting up, getting their guys in that they want on offense. NDSU.
It's a good crowd here today. We stepped out for halftime, and there is a lot of people here watching this game.
The stands are pretty well filled.
Yep.
NDSU cycling it back up top on the side, and a shot, a goal.
Goal. I couldn't tell what number that was, but that was
number
North
10,
Dakota
I
State.
think.
Number 10.
Anthony Bannock, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's 7-6 now. That's 4 unanswered by the Bison.
Well, and it could be very easily tied up based on that last rush that the goalie was standing on his head. He made a great save.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Wow.
So,
and again, we got 9:33 left in this fourth quarter.
Like we've said before, this is a game of runs.
Wow.
A little bit of a momentum now on NDSU's side.
And it starts, the first goal started with these face-offs. We'll see what happens. Got number 26 out there for St. Thomas. That's Eric Tice, 22. Dowdle again. The referees have blown the whistle for some reason here. We're not quite sure what it is about.
Yeah, talk about something. We'll see what this is about. A little delay. A clock reset.
Yep.
We need to reset it to 9 minutes and 45 seconds. So add a few seconds on.
Not quite sure how they called that, but
Good. I like refs are doing a nice job in this game.
I agree.
Well, here comes the face-off.
Nice job with the clamp.
Yep.
Because
NDSU.
St. Thomas retreated a little too early on that. They may have had an opportunity for that ground ball in that face-off, but
NDSU with a little bit of a transition that's going down, slowing it down here now.
St. Thomas back to their what looks like a more of a man defense.
NDSU bringing in their offensive package. And they're set. Cycling it up top, bringing it down the side. Oh. Back up top, dodging from the top, backs off, still probing around, right around the guy, and just scores right over the top. The goalie ducked right over the top of the goalie's helmet.
Beat number 22.
Again, like we said, if you dodge to the net and you get close to the net like that, good things are going to happen.
Oh, you get the goalie moving, and there's a complete defensive breakdown, and it's hard to defend.
Well, and St. Thomas is not really sliding. Their defense is not sliding very quickly. I think they're really relying on that. Their guys are not, are to win their one-on-ones.
Right, and to North Dakota State's credit, they've tightened the game up, which means they have brought it in the box. They were a real perimeter the first half, not really taking chances in the middle. What we're seeing now is dodges from behind the net and even dodges up top, beating their man one-on-one, and it opens up the middle. Yeah. We got a tie game here. 8:44.
8:44 left, tie game. St. Thomas with the win.
Yep.
Face-off win.
No, that was number 14,
Ben
and
that's
Campbell.
That's going to be a hold, probably. Yep, or interference or a hold. The North Dakota player did an overhead check. Didn't appear like he made contact, but maybe the shoulder interfered. 30-second
interference.
We'll see if St. Thomas can take advantage. Score on the man up here. Again, we've got our pretty much our usual players out there. 31 is coming up from the top. Jack Staunchfield. And a shot and goal.
And a goal.
By 31.
Stanchfield.
They made that look easy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Brian, and that took almost virtually no time off the clock. 14 seconds, I want to say. Yeah. That's their third or fourth man-up goal today, so North Dakota State's got to stay out of the box. We talked about this earlier.
Well, and that ends a run of 5 straight goals for North Dakota State.
Let's see what happens here. Let's see if North Dakota State punches back or if St. Thomas goes on a run of their own.
Well, the crowd is into it. Again, beautiful day here in Matamita, joined by Jesse Wallach and Brian Whips.
Yeah, happy to be here. This is a fun game.
Yep, like we said, if you love lacrosse, you love this game. This is a heavyweight match, 1 versus 2 for the MCLA championship.
Oh, look at this. So
clean
North Dakota
win.
State, clean win. Can start a fast break if they choose. They decide to back it out and play up high. I imagine we'll see a player or two exit and enter the field to play for both teams, actually. And
that was 18 that won that. Sam Bong. It was a nice clean win. Oh, now they got it. There we go. All right. Bison are ready. Surveying the field. Dodges. Darby Sorensen. Rolls out. Swings it back to the top. Back to Darby. NDSU rolling around GLE.
Oh,
It's like Darby might have got pushed in the back a little bit. Ended up on the ground.
yeah, it's been a matchup we've been watching all day. 14 for NDSU and 22 for St. Thomas. I think that started back a couple of weeks ago and seems to have continued here today.
I think so. Fans are enthusiastic with their support here.
Oh, absolutely. It's
good dodge.
Great. A lot of fun.
A little,
sailed it.
Too sailed it high.
Yeah,
Avery
yeah.
Normandin just.
In a tight game like this, you can't have those errors happen.
Not at this stage of the game.
Oh, and they just did it. St.
Thomas just returned the favor.
Yeah, unbelievable. Huh.
Brandon Wirtz getting slashed fairly hard after he releases the ball. Not very happy about that.
It's not easy playing attack at college lacrosse, is it, Brian? You're going to take some shots.
You're going to take a beating, that's for sure.
You are.
North Dakota State elects to go behind with, he's got a short stick matchup, and it's a nice defensive play by that short stick D Mitty. Looks like they
crease.
got pushed. Looks like they got pushed into the crease.
They did. Crease
NDSU.
violation.
Ball back to NDSU. Looks like they're going to run another play. He's got a short stick matchup. We take that every time. Dodge out top. And that's a good stop by the goalie.
Boy, they quickly close on Dowdle. He's tough. He's a tough player.
Yeah, he's
Boy.
Yeah, he just runs right
Determined.
through that. Ran right through it.
Yeah, he's not afraid of the physical play.
No.
He's got a good shot, too. I think we've seen him score a couple goals in this game, too, today. Could
That's
be a
going to be
hold.
a push. Loose
Push
ball
11 on
push
the up.
by NDSU,
Yep.
assuming.
Yep. This game has definitely picked up in intensity.
5:50 left in the fourth quarter. St. Thomas leading 8-7. They're in the home whites, obviously. NDSU in the green and yellow. St. Thomas setting it up.
Yeah, usual suspects out there for St. Thomas.
Yep. St. Thomas moving around up top, dodging down the alley, beats a guy, shoots and scores.
Oh. Boy, if you're goalie, gotta have that one.
Well, you know, and as I said when I said he beat his guy, I was assuming that was probably going to be a good shot on goal there. St. Thomas up 9-7, 5:17 left in the fourth quarter.
And how the pendulum swings.
That's right. That's right. Again, you know, neither team is very quick to slide. I think they're both trying to just
hang in.
You know, trust their one-on-ones, and it's like the one getting beat on the one-on-one is what's kind of ending up in the goals, last few goals here for both teams. Important face-off for both teams here. 5:17. St. Thomas wins it like they just did. They can run some time. Start playing the time game here. NDSU being very aggressive with their.
Yeah, that was going to draw the flag.
So St. Thomas.
Timeout?
Timeout. Got a timeout.
Yeah, they did.
That
That may have been a favor for NDSU.
That was a close call, but
yeah.
as we said, the refs are always right.
That was a good play by the
We are a
coach.
long ways away from that ball, so I don't know if it was out of the stick or not. But St. Thomas, that's why, like we said before, that's why you use some timeouts is to save a possession.
That's
And
right.
they were under major pressure there, so good timeout.
Yeah, I wonder how many they have left. The scoreboard is not keeping track left. I would have to say 2, if memory serves correct. They had not taken one that I recall.
I think that's right, but we'll see. Anyways,
5:02 left.
gorgeous day in Matamidi, Minnesota.
Yeah, as you see on the screen. So it's interesting. This game was 7-2, 3-0 at half, and St. Thomas got 4 quick goals, and And all of a sudden, it looked like, boy, oh boy, St. Thomas is going to run away with this thing. The heads were down for University of North Dakota State University, rather. And all of a sudden, they got one, and they got two, and then they tied the game. And since that point, St. Thomas has done a nice job kind of stopping the bleeding and getting two of their own back. So,
Lacrosse is a great game of runs, and it all starts with the face-off. I know there's a lot of coaches that say, give me a good face-off guy, give me a good goalie, give me a bunch of guys that can catch and throw, I'm going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, that's the coach I want to be playing for because he's got that chemistry set up correctly.
Yeah, that's right. All right, St. Thomas is ready to get it fired up here.
Ball in play.
Moving around back. St. Thomas moving it. Oh, dropped his stick.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that very often.
That's quick.
He picked it back up.
He did pick it up. The ball was not in it, and he was able to scoop the ball up as well. That was a good play.
Yeah. Moving around. Wing beats
nice dodge.
His guy. Wide open shot.
Oh,
goal.
6 just buried it. I mean, there was nothing the goalie could do there. That was a pretty play. Find the open man.
Yep, and that was number 6.
Zijum, I believe.
Yep, Alex Zijum. Yep. Leading scorer.
Yeah.
Most dangerous guy, standing wide open.
In the slot, 10 yards out.
10, I was like 5 yards out. He's not going to miss that.
No, he's not. And that he did have a little directional change on that shot. It did come from low and win high. And he was one-on-one with the goalie and just beat him. Flat out beat him.
That's not the goalie's problem there.
Nope.
That would be the person who was supposed to slide to him problem. Well, and just like that, St. Thomas is up.
Yeah.
10-7.
Unbelievable.
4:36 remains in the game.
So when you think the momentum is switched, boom. Door closed and back to St. Thomas.
It's been a good game, back and forth. Again, St. Thomas with the win. Major pressure being applied, and NDSU comes away with it. NDSU content with settling it down.
Yeah, it's tough to set something up when so many men are coming on and
off. Right off the pipe.
Simpson.
Simpson right off the pipe. He is pretty upset with that one. That was about as wide open shot as he's going to see. NDSU still subbing in. Actually getting a different goal. There is over the top of the net. It's a good look. Going to the net again. NDSU just got picked off. St. Thomas. Bring it around.
Yeah, they're in a position in the game here where they really don't need to score. I mean, ball possession is huge, and if they're spreading out the offense right now, taking their time, getting new players out onto the field.
Yeah.
You don't have to push anything here if you're St. Thomas. You can let the clock go down as far as you think you want it to go before taking that shot. You just can't be careless with it. And now North Dakota State's got to push the ball. They have to almost double up at certain times to force a turnover here.
Mm-hmm. There has not been a stall warning yet in this game.
No.
So we don't know what that's going to look like. But the wide open shot, that was...
yeah. The goalie was nowhere. Where was the goalie?
Well, the goalie was trying to double team the guy out there. And
okay.
I suppose you need to drop the St. Thomas player down on his back if the goalie's going to be that far out of the net. But that was kind of that almost looked like an off-speed pitch. That was kind of a slow roller.
That didn't have much on it.
No.
Charlie Venable with the goal on that one, by the way. So that makes it 11-7 with 3:13 left in the fourth quarter. That's 4 unanswered now for St. Thomas.
It's been a game of runs for sure.
Oh, my goodness, especially in the second half, no question.
St. Thomas has kind of taken over.
But as we've seen,
I don't see heads hanging yet, but it is crunch time for the Bison if they want to get back in this. And
starts off with this face-off.
They got to win this face-off first of all. Yep.
Legal. Yeah. 22.
22.
Dowdle.
Doing a little. That's going to be a That's going to be a procedure call on the face-off. And at this the number of them that they've had, apparently that's going to be a penalty. In-home players number 1. 30-second technical served by probably Venable.
Venable.
Just scored.
Got the, yep, exactly.
So NDSU gets a man-up opportunity.
Yeah. Can't afford to waste this opportunity if you're NDSU.
Right. Comes another delayed penalty.
Yeah. That was good ball movement there.
Yep. So
game's getting a little physical
St.
here.
Thomas will be 2 men down for a very short period. We'll hear the call. 2-2 on White, illegal body check, 1 minute.
So it'll be 2 men down. St. Thomas will be 2 men down for, I would put it at about 10 to 15 seconds. Yep. Maybe less.
Mark
Dottle.
Yep. Good player. Doesn't really need to do that on a man up or man down.
Was that goalie? No, North Dakota State retained possession. It was close, though.
Looks like they are 1 man down now. Oh, just that's going to be a push on in North Dakota.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he
was just late to blow the whistle on that.
Late to blow the whistle.
Yeah.
St. Thomas with possession. Two minutes, 20 seconds remain. St. Thomas up 11-7.
Entertaining second half. Much more fun to watch than the first half was. Both teams seem to settle in, find their groove a little bit on offense.
Yep.
And again, we said this earlier, but St. Thomas does not really need to do anything fancy with the ball here. They can bring the clock down to almost zeros here if they choose to. North Dakota State's doing a good job pressuring them.
Yep.
And that's what they need to do.
Yeah, I think St. Thomas would be happy just to take the air out of the ball.
Absolutely.
Slow it down. Minute 50 remains. Up by 4. It would be a miracle for them
I would,
come back.
Yes. Yeah. And it's interesting is North Dakota State has not won the faceoffs that they were winning earlier in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And that's turned into goals for St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Like we said, it's pretty simple math, face-offs and offensive efficiency.
This is a nice line for St. Thomas. 31-22, 4 out there. They got some scores.
Yep, they're going to be good.
Yep, number 6.
It'll be good to watch them in the national tournament. Both these teams, of course, have already punched their ticket. This is just the MCLA championship game today.
Yep. Yeah, and it would be fun to see them match up again. It's hard to beat a team if St. Thomas does hold on to it for this victory, to beat a team 3 times. And you know the Bison are going to come out.
They're going to be ready.
Hungry, yeah.
Only 2 losses of the year so far for the Bison will be against St. Thomas.
All right, 50 seconds left in the game here.
Yep, they don't need to do anything, but just at some point the goalie might come out of his net to get the 10-man ride rolling, even more so. St. Thomas is just content with walking the ball.
30 seconds left.
St. Thomas moving it around, kind of buries it.
All right, they threw it away, so North Dakota State will get possession. See what they do with this last possession, most likely the last
15 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. It's a good clear by the goalie.
Yep. Gets it in, 6 seconds.
But again, I like to see a little bit more.
Oh.
A little more.
And that's the game.
That's it. St. Thomas beats North Dakota State University 11-7 in the MCLA championship game here at
St.
Maunamidi
Thomas
High
is
School.
your champion.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks for listening. It was our pleasure to bring this to you. We had fun doing it. We hope you did as well.
I'm Brian Whips, along with Jesse Wallach, signing off. Thanks.